I would say so far so good. Of course it's a thrilling experience when you have to take over in the middle of a season, which is not the best you could have as a coach. But yeah, it was necessary. I'm excited to work with the team. There's a lot of progress to make. They still did, they work hard, they're giving their best effort. So yeah, I'm enjoying what I'm doing here. Now time is a big issue. Maybe you have to say no time. You cannot make so many changes. Of course I've seen the team before. I saw them on TV, so you're looking as, let's say, as a trainer coach. You try to see what they can improve and what I should do as a coach, what could be better. So I was, let's say, more or less prepared with my things in my head which I saw of the team. And I could see it was an experienced but also a young team with a lot of talented players. And then you try to, let's say, to add your philosophy there. Because I have a different philosophy than what was in the team. There's a new environment suddenly. So you have to adjust, to adapt a bit, but also the staff and the players need to adapt. So for them it's also a total new situation, with a new guy coming in with new rules. First of all, you look at players who are fitting together, you look at their performance from the past, and you look at, let's say, the possibilities they have. And if I have the feeling that there are talented players which are delivering, yeah, then they will play. So I think that are the most, let's say, football content-wise. I don't know if I changed too much, I don't know which they were used to, but it's me, let's say, who is now deciding what we are doing, how we are doing it. But when you have the possibility to bring in young players from your own academy, I think that's the philosophy of RoundGlass Punjab, is that we want players from, let's say, grassroots till the first team. That's the pathway, in our way of play. That's the most important. So you want to have talented players, we want to have players, let's say, also from Punjab. There's also, let's say, one of the aims to have local players from Punjab coming to the first team. And then they must deliver, because for me, age in this case is not important. It's not relevant. If they are good players, then they can be 17 or 18 or 20. For me it doesn't matter, but they have to give their best effort. The only thing which you probably will do and will see is that they will fail sometimes during the game. Because they have to go in the intensity of the game. We play against better opponents at that time, and I think they become better players. They be competitive in that way, and in the end they will be better players. Maybe not this year yet, in this season, but next season you will see that they will grow. Because in the beginning of this season there were no expectations from them, not at all. And now suddenly you see that there is attention, they get an interview, they have a press conference, and suddenly their life is changing. And that we have to guide. That I speak about with those players, to make them aware of what is changing in their life. And I try to, let's say, to get familiar with the culture. When I knew I would come to India, I told the players also, I bought a book about culture differences, because I worked 2 years in China and there was a big culture difference between Holland and China. And you have that same differences between Holland and India. So you have to adapt. It's impossible that you can survive without adapting. If you only wanted to go it like you always worked, you won't survive. So you need to adapt. But I don't adapt in my way of playing, in my philosophy of what we are doing. And you have to be on the same page with, let's say, with the club. I just do my job, I like my job, I like what I'm doing, and I try to make players better.